Board games have been a part of our lives for centuries. Seriously, the first board game goes back to Egypt 5,500 years ago. Board games play a central part in this week's episode, 2023's The Blackening. The greatest board games not only have interactivity and imaginative stories, they challenge the players to make meaningful choices and improve their critical thinking and strategic skills. The characters in The Blackening certainly had to use those critical thinking skills to survive the game. And The Blackening is the name of the board game played by the 7 friends over the Juneteenth weekend. Now, Juneteenth has been celebrated since 1865 when Union troops arrived in Galveston Bay with news of freedom. Celebrated unofficially for 155 years, Juneteenth became a federal holiday in 2020, which was a Friday, so the events of The Blackening could have taken place over that weekend. We're not sure. In any case, the college friends gather for a weekend of board games, adult beverages, lots of adult language, and adult situations. So they come across The Blackening, a board game that challenges their idea of gender, culture, and race in a deadly and sinister manner. Throughout the movie, we see that board games have been a central part of their friendship, and they have bonded over many nights of board game challenges and, again, drinking and just having fun. But what are some of the more difficult games they may have played? On Mars delivers exactly what it advertises: a venture to Mars to establish a colony, ensuring humanity's survival. Players must consider the important components of a sustainable colony, including resources, construction, and of course, oxygen. Now, there are 2 main phases to the game: the colonization phase and the shuttle phase. Players decide to take various actions either on Mars' surface or on the space station orbiting around it. Once the colony is established, players can move between the station and the colony, making a multitude of important decisions. And they will contribute to the colony substantially while trying to complete 3 missions. And apparently this is easier said than done. Dominant species it kind of goes in the opposite direction, because it is a game in which players take the role of a species in 90,000 BC. Shortly before the Ice Age. The goal is to move around the Earth, plan how you will survive, and then execute the plan. While it may sound simple, there are a lot of different elements in play in dominant species. And although players are trying to plot their victory, they are also trying to prevent other players from winning. And additionally, the title placement nature of the game means the map will be random every time. And I hear it's incredibly fun, but not for the faint of heart. I don't think any of these games, for how challenging they are, would have been deadly for the friends, and they certainly would have had a good time. Now, while not a dangerous game by any means, my favorite all-time board game, as mentioned in this week's episode, is Go For It. Now, Go For It is essentially an 80s yuppie version of Monopoly. And as a kid, my sister and I played this game often. As you can see from its well-worn box. The purpose of Go For It is to get a job, a high-paying one, of course, get a house, get a car, several actually, take expensive vacations, and acquire as many toys as possible, including tennis lessons, gym memberships, and CD players. Now, players take turns moving the shared timepiece around the board that represents a calendar year. And Labor Day serves as an annual payday. On certain spaces, the player has the opportunity to buy or sell status cards, and those are the ones that have your house, your car, your toys, your vacations, etc. And you can risk a status card for an even better status card, or you might lose that status card. To win, you must declare on Labor Day that you are going for it. By the following Labor Day, you must have at least 3 differently valued status cards in each of the 4 categories to win. Now, if you have a chance to play it, I'd recommend that you go for it. So go ahead and give the subscribe button a roll of the dice so you never miss a thing. As you know, new episodes of the Real Relationships podcast air every Thursday on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts. We are also on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. So check us out there, join in the fun so you never miss a thing. The Blackening is the final of our Halloween 2024 episodes. Right after that is season 3, beginning with 2000's Miscongeniality, starring the amazing, wonderful Sandra Bullock. So you're not going to want to miss a thing. Subscribe and stay safe. We'll see you soon.